All right, happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to Survive to Thrive. So happy to see you guys here. 35 in attendance. That's awesome. Keep inviting your friends. Let's keep growing the group. I want to talk to you about goal setting today. We're going to get to a PowerPoint here in just a moment. But before I do that, I want to share why I showed you the video that I did. So one of the biggest challenges for me is people settle for mediocrity. And we make decisions based on being comfortable and being happy. And there's also a lot of fear involved in this. And anytime you're in a place in your life where you have the opportunity to go for more, and we're going to talk about goal setting here in just a second, which is going to lead into a conversation about going for more. Anytime you find yourself in a position where you're going for more, whatever that is, maybe it's this dream that lives within inside you, and you haven't pulled the trigger on it, and the biggest reason is because of fear and doubt. What if it doesn't work? What if I fail? If you're ever going to be the person that you were put here to be by God, you're going to have to take that leap of faith. It's called a leap of faith. Nobody ever talks about taking a leap of fear because it doesn't exist. You're going to have to be willing to take that leap of faith in order to be able to achieve more. I talk to real estate agents every day about building a bigger business, about going after a bigger opportunity. And I hear I'm happy and I'm comfortable. And my first question is, why? Why are you happy? Why are you comfortable? If you could achieve more, are you settling for mediocrity? And I know that might be a little harsh, and some people might get turned off by that a little bit, but I believe that all of us were engineered for greatness. And why would you settle for less than what you're truly capable of? All right, so with that said, we're going to jump right into a PowerPoint presentation on goal setting here. When somebody asked me to create a class on goal setting, I put some thought into it, and I'm going to kind of tell you the story behind this. Okay, so I put some thought into it, and I thought this is kind of like going on a journey. And this is my starting point. My goal is where I want, is the destination. And I thought, if you get into a car and you're driving from here to there, you just use the GPS and you're going to get there. There's never a doubt. Well, think back prior to the days we had GPS and you were going on a journey and you actually had to map it out and you could possibly get lost, right? And you start looking for a detour, you start looking for the exit ramp. And the more I thought about this, I thought, this is just as simple as follow the map. Follow the yellow brick road. For those of you who have seen The Wizard of Oz, which I think is all of us, if you get on The Wizard of Oz, if you watch the movie, it starts with follow the yellow brick road. And if I could sing, I would sing it to you. And trust me, you're glad I'm not. But if you follow the yellow brick road, it always ends up at the same location. It always ends up at the Emerald City. It never goes anywhere else. But if you're on that yellow brick road and you start to doubt the destination, you're going to look for detours. You're going to look for an exit ramp. If you want something to write down, write this down. If you doubt the destination, you're going to look for a detour. If you doubt the destination, you're going to look for a detour. If you're on a journey with a destination that is assured, then you're never looking for the detours. You're never looking for the exit ramp because I am on a journey with a destination that is assured. So in Stephen Covey's book, he talks about beginning with the end in mind. And I'm going to talk to you about this from a couple different point of views. So first of all, everything's created twice. Write that down. all things are created twice. First, we create them up here, and then we create them out here. When the Wright brothers flew for the first time, they had a vision. They had a vision of what this would look like before it became a reality. First, they had to create it up here before they could create it out there. And the same thing is true for you. It's the same thing is true for me. So all things are created twice. You've got to see it in order to achieve it. If you can't see it, you're not going to achieve it. Now, the other way of looking at this, and he goes through this exercise in the book where he talks about you're at a funeral. You walk into this funeral and there's a lot of people there, and they're talking about the person who's in the front of the room, and they're all there to celebrate the life of this person. They're saying wonderful things about the impact that this person had on their lives, the legacy that they left, the fact that they the world was a better place because they lived, and all of a sudden you realize you're the person in the coffin. That's the end. What would you want people to say about you? If you live your life intentionally focused on legacy, then this is something you think about often. But very few people do. Most people go through life, as Zig Ziglar would refer to, as wandering generalities. Now, a wandering generality is someone who just goes with the flow. It's like a ship out on the ocean without a rudder. It's just being pushed back and forth by the tides, the ebb and flow of the waves, and it doesn't have a destination. It's kind of just coasting through life. Now, the opposite of being a wandering generality is being a meaningful specific, which means I've got a rudder. I know where I'm going. I am fixed on that location. I am intentionally moving in that direction with the faith that I am on a journey with a destination that is assured. All right, so the next thing I'm going to talk to you about is lead measure and lag measures. Simply put, lag measures are the goal, lead measures are the activities. Lead measures are predictive and influenceable. In other words, a lead measure is how many calls are you going to make today? How many people are you going to talk to? How many times are you going to ask for a referral? How many new leads are you going to add to your database? How many appointments are you going to book today? How many handwritten notes are you going to write today? Those are all lead measures and 100% predictable, which means you're the only one who's going to decide whether or not you hit those goals, because they're 100% guaranteed. The only way you don't is if you stop. Now, lag measures is a goal. I want to close 2 sales. I want to close 3 sales in the month of January. Awesome. That's awesome. Now, you can do it, but what if you don't? Did you fail? Well, I mean, that depends, because if my goal is to sell 3 homes in the month of January, let's just say it's 36 homes for the year, and I go January and February and I don't close any sales, I'm going to start to doubt the process. I'm going to start looking for that exit. I'm going to look for that detour, because I'm doubting the process, I'm doubting the destination. But if I'm focused on the activities, then and ignoring the results, I could go a couple months without hitting my goals and then absolutely catch on fire and close 36 sales in the year. If your goal is to close 9 sales in the first quarter and you go the first 2 months without closing any sales, did you fail? Well, it depends. Quarter's not over. What if you close 9 in March? Did you hit your goal? 100% you did. It's a goal of losing weight. So I want to lose 20 pounds. And I get on the scale every day and I look at the scale and I haven't lost any weight, Sean. And I get on the scale the next day and I still haven't lost any weight, Ross. And maybe I get on the scale and I've actually gained a pound. And I'm like, well, screw this. It ain't working. That's being focused on the goal. However, if I create a diet and an exercise plan that I'm going to stick to, as a non-negotiable standard, and I do that every day, over time, I'm going to lose weight. I have to lose weight, but I'm focused on the activity and not the result. It's the same thing with prospecting calls and sales presentations versus the number of sales and income. It's actionable steps versus results. It's do this, get that. If you're focused on the goal and you're not achieving the goal, that inner voice is going to start talking to you. And here's the thing about that inner voice. The inner voice is seldom telling you, Michael, you've got this. Michael, you can do this. Michael, you're on the right track. Just keep doing what you're doing. Sean, you wake up and that inner voice is saying, maybe this isn't the right path for you. Maybe this isn't what you should be doing. Maybe you should focus on something else. You have to find a way to stop the noise. Now, what I want you to do when you see yourself or you hear yourself or you're feeling the emotions of having negative thoughts, I want you to write 3 things down. Stop, erase, replace. And I want you to say those out loud. Stop, erase, replace. And when you say that, I want you to physically stop. If you're walking, stop. Stop, erase, replace. And replace that negative thought with a positive affirmation. In other words, I am an opportunity magnet. Opportunity and money freely flow in my direction. I am an opportunity magnet. Opportunity and money freely flow in my direction. I am an opportunity magnet. Opportunity and money freely flow in my direction. Yesterday was not a good day for me. If you looked at, John, did you win the day? No, I didn't. I made 30 calls and I scheduled 1 appointment. That's a massive fail for me. I had 4 appointments scheduled. Every single one of them, Michael, now you're going to be able to relate to this because you're in the same game that I am. Guess what every single one of them did?
They showed up and signed the join app.
They worse than that, man. No. They all either canceled or no showed on me. All 4 of them. So was yesterday a success? Nah. No. If I start to doubt the destination, I start listening to that negative voice inside my head, I can wake up this morning a little bit less on fire to hit my goals. But because I have faith in what I'm doing, I am solely focused on the destination. I love this quote. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. So yesterday wasn't a great day. So what? Now what? Next. I have greatness within me. You have greatness within you, more than you ever think that you can accomplish. So many people are so focused on what's realistic that they don't know what they're capable of. You have greatness within you, every single one of you. God didn't create any of you to be average. He created all of you to be great. What lies within you is greatness. I love this picture. I think this was the 2016 Olympics. I could be wrong on that. But if you look at the dude in the green hat, he was competing against Michael Phelps in one of the races, and this guy just talked and talked. Every time he could get in front of a microphone, he told everybody how he was going to beat Michael Phelps. Michael Phelps didn't even know the guy existed. Michael Phelps was just solely focused on the destination. He didn't spend any time talking about this other guy. He didn't spend any time focused on the competition. He could care less about the competition. He was focused on the destination. Now, the picture is worth 1,000 words. When you focus on the destination, you're going to arrive at the destination. When you're focused on other people, when you compare yourself to other people, it's a path to mediocrity. You should write that down. When you compare yourself to other people, it's a path to mediocrity. My course has been charted. My destiny is assured. I have a decided heart. I am on a journey with a destination that is assured. That's from wrong author. That's from Andy Andrews' book, The Traveler's Gift. And he shares in the book that I am on a journey with a destination that is assured. When you are on a journey with a destination that is assured, you don't look for a detour. You don't look for the exit ramp. You know that you're going to arrive at this destination. If you look at time the way God looks at time, the same yesterday, today, and forever, omnipresent, omnipotent, the beginning of time, the end of time, all at the same time. Well, the destination already exists. In other words, in God's eyes, you've already achieved that destination. You're already there. You just have to stay on the journey in order to arrive at that destination that is assured. And if you start listening to doubts and the negative opinions of other people, when you go after anything great in life, you're going to have dream bullies. It's The Dream Giver by Bruce Wilkinson. You're going to have dream bullies who are going to tell you that you're thinking too big, that you should be more realistic, that you should think smaller. You've got to find your dream champions. Those people who are going to tell you, you've got this, you could do this. Matter of fact, let's go together. I'll go with you. We're going to arrive at the destination because we're on a journey with a destination that is assured. Let's go. We've got this. Anything's possible. Everything's possible. All right. That's all I've got for you today, guys. Talk to me.
John, I have a comment. I just wanted to say that I had 3 appointments scheduled yesterday that all canceled on me as well. So I felt a lot of self-doubt and wanted to change course. But at the end of the day, it's not those specific goals or those specific appointments aren't going to make or break me. It's the action that I take every day. So that's what's going to make the difference.
That's it. Proud of you. You're right.
John, through.
Okay.
John, Christine and I, we've been with EXP now for almost a year. And, this is really our first time working hard as listing agents. And we have not gotten all of our listing appointments. And the way we've been looking at any appointment or any listing that we have not gotten is just paying attention to the activity on it once it is listed, the listing price, and we're thankful to have that information so we can just continue to get better and get more of those appointments that we show up to.
There you go. It's that simple. Thanks, Sean. All right, Joanne, you're up.
So I learned through this call, through you and book recommendations and everything, how to look at each letdown or adversity or buyer seller that doesn't choose to work with you, or maybe, shift it to you choose not to work with them. And so this one lead that I had referred to once before in the last few days, that really just doesn't want to work with an agent, right? And so had that kind of frustrating conversation that I look back and refer to tweak so that I can get better with the next conversation. And so after I got off the call, because it ended he got a little bit worked up and pretty aggressive. And I got off the call and I said, you know what? That's not someone that I want to work with. And
Right.
Then I immediately went to a personal affirmation of, I fiercely protect my time for people that value me, for people that value my time.
Awesome. Well done,
It felt
Joanne.
so good.
It's awesome. Well done. Clarissa, Michael, you're on deck.
So this has nothing to do with real estate, but I'm here in Orlando with my daughter because she was supposed to start at UCF as a film student in January.
Mm.
So she gets to orientation yesterday and she finds out that one class that she did at BC, she got a C in, disqualified her from the film program at UCF. Talk about distraught and destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been talking to her. I've been trying to give her other avenues. You know, we could go back to BC. You can get certified. I'm talking about options. So she hears you this morning and she's like, I see why you listen to John, because he's always, always right on time.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, John,
Mm-hmm.
for continuing to be in my family's life
Mm-hmm.
because they don't always listen to you.
Mm-hmm.
So she heard you this morning and she wanted me to tell you, thank you.
That means a lot. It really does. Thank you, Clarissa. Tell your daughter I'm proud of her.
I will. She's gone down for breakfast, but I will.
Okay. You got it. Michael Wiseman.
Cool. Morning. Amazing stuff, John. Really appreciate
Thank you.
this session. I'm going to chip in two things. I happened to listen to Jesse Itzler's. Yesterday, he did his annual planning event. I don't know if you saw that. I'll share it with you. He's done it 4 years in a row. It's how he plans his year.
Is that his big ass calendar?
It is, and he does a live thing. And I watched about half of it because then our holiday party was right starting then. So
Yeah.
I'll show you. It's on YouTube. Jesse Itzler 2025 planning. You can find it.
Yeah.
But he said two things. I want to mention one thing related to both related to Jesse. One is Chad Wright, who we met through Jesse, says if you're always hitting your standards are too low.
That's right.
Which I think is really meaningful.
That's right.
And so yeah, we all have those days, and you should have those days, because if you're not having those days, then you're probably working less than you should.
That's right.
You're working under your performance. And two, something Jesse said was he sets his goals on now. He looks at weeks at a time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my standard's 2 a day and 10 a week, right? But if I got one, it doesn't throw off my week.
Mm-hmm.
It just might mean I have some Saturday time to
That's
catch
right.
up, right? So, but again, will I hit it every time? If I am, I got to raise my standards. So I like those
Right.
two concepts. So.
Well done. By the way, if you haven't read, Brian, coming right to you, if you haven't read Living with a Seal, read that book. So much fun. Oh my gosh. That's Jesse Itzler's story about Chad and living.
No, it's David Goggins.
Oh, David Goggins is hardcore. Yeah.
So that's the seal in Jesse's book is Goggins.
Okay.
Yeah, he put Goggins on the map. He only calls him Seal. I saw you post it in Facebook.
Okay.
So when he talks about Seal, he's talking about David Goggins. And
Now,
then he got hounded so much that he released his name. Like Goggins said, "Okay, you can give my name out." But
that makes sense. That
Yeah.
makes sense. Okay.
So.
Brian Copeland, talk to us.
Yeah, I don't know if you plan this topic for right now at this moment coming to the end of the year, if it was intentional or not, but it's incredibly meaningful for me to think about how I haven't written down my goals for 2025, but also how I need to not just wait till January to start implementing, but like do them now and start this week.
Mm.
Because before you know it, if I wait till January, things may not happen till February. So the timing was really, really good. Not that I don't have big goals in my head, but the 1 year I made a vision board, like it was crazy how like 95% of it came true.
Right.
And I was thinking about it as you were talking about it, having those goals and a reminder every day and having that path forward, and that is what it is, and nobody can distract me.
Thank you for sharing that. To answer your question, Brian, I start every day the same way, and it's during that time where I am dialed in and laser focused on what I should be focused on that I plan the day. And no, today's message was not planned until about 2 hours ago. So that's where it came from. All right, you guys. Hope you got value today. Tell your friends, grow the group. Tomorrow is script and role play day, so come ready to rep it out as we continue on this journey to master our practice as real estate rock stars on our way to having the best 2025 that we could possibly have. All of you have greatness within you. All of you. Go make a great day, everybody.
Can't wait. See y'all tomorrow.
Go get them, man.
Have a great day.
All right, guys.